Hello. How's everybody doing today? Great to see all of you high manifestors here today. Welcome again. So, shall we go into some questions? I say if you find this information, now you know the universe has led you here, right? So you're on to something profound and great towards your life. So I have something special for you today. I'm going to put out the simple steps for you to live your best life possible. You ever hear people say, live my best life, live your best life. How do you live your best life? I'm going to show you how to live your best life right now. I'm going to give you the tools, the tips. I can guarantee you, if you follow these, you will be living your best life. And I will show you how it works and how you're going to live your best life. Alright? Welcome again, welcome again. Today's lecture and topic is how to manifest your best life, or how to live your best life, however you want to put it. Everybody wants to live their best life, right? Nobody wants to struggle. Everybody wants to find happiness, peace, security. Am I correct? Everybody wants hope. They want to be able to know that they have something to go forward in their life. We all deserve it, and you all deserve it. You all deserve to live your best life. So let us go into it. Hey, how are you doing? Great to see all of you here indeed. Yes, wonderful high vibrational beings. How to live your best life. All right, number one, let's pay attention. Your life is created by your perception and your thoughts and your imagination. Okay? So if you want to live your best life, you have to know that fact. What's in your head comes out into your world. Alright? Once we get, so now we got that out the way, let's show you how to do it. Now listen to me now. If you cannot understand or comprehend or believe that, there is no chance you're going to live your best life. I'm just going to tell you straight up. So I will repeat it again. Your life is created, generated, attracted, manifested, feel, experience only by your imagination, your thoughts, and your perception. What you think about, what you look at, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about the world, all that is going to create and generate physical experience in your world. So again, mindset is important. Mindset. Okay, so good. Do we understand that? Let me see some. Let me know if you understand that first before I go on, because if I go on, it's not going to make sense, because it's not going to work for you. So good, I love it. Someone says they overstand. It's good. Okay, so I can continue now because there's more of you logging in here. Okay, so I'm going to repeat it again because it's alive. I know a lot of you say, Mark, you repeat the same thing over and over. Why do you do that? I do it on purpose because repetition impresses your subconscious. So I'm even brainwashing you to be successful and you don't even know it. Okay, so I will repeat it again. Your life, your experiences can only come from one place. Your perception, your thoughts, your imagination, your beliefs, what you think in your head, anything, okay? Anything that think, that's your life, okay? So now let me show you how to change the mindset to live your best life. Number one, every day, people, you have to find something to be grateful for. Gratitude impresses the brain, increases neuroplasticity, creates new dimensions of reality. Also, it's a very powerful effect on your subconscious. When you are grateful for anything or in your life, your subconscious just sees more. It's not going to give you the thing you're grateful for. It's going to give you more than you're grateful for. So you may say, boy, what if I'm just grateful for just having a roof over my head? I'm just going to keep getting a roof over my head. What if I'm grateful for just getting my regular salary pay? Am I going to keep getting my regular salary pay? No, man. You're going to get more because your subconscious is logical. It just sees more. It doesn't see a specific thing. It just says more money, more opportunity. See? That's a big secret right there. So be grateful. And being gratitude doesn't mean you have to get up every day and say, "Ah, thank you." It's a state of being, a state of mind. Just when you get up, you just say, "You know what? I'm grateful and appreciative for everything I have." That's gratitude right there, people. Okay? Haven't seen me in a while. Hi Mark, haven't seen you in a while. I'm so happy to see you. You are my energy changer friend. Energy charger friend. Yes, I'd love to be your energy chargers because that's what I'm here to do. Alright, so once we get the gratitude going, the next thing you want to do to live your best life, people, is please my tribe. Listen to me. Turn off the mainstream media. Plug out from that stuff. It is going to corrupt your brain, it's going to corrupt your mind and your body and your spirit, and it's going to put you in a trance, okay? So no news, no negative stuff, all right? So we got gratitude. Stop watching the news, the mainstream media, okay? They're designed to elicit fear and depression in you, okay? So the two ways, okay? Well, we got gratitude and we got stay away from the mainstream media. The next way to live your best life or manifest your best life possible is use envy and turn it into inspiration. All right, here's what I mean. When you see people around you that have what you want or you don't have it, do not get jealous of them. Don't envy anybody. When you look at them, just say to yourself, the universe is showing me that because I'm next. Remember, we are a product of what we tell ourselves and we believe. Okay, I'm gonna tie all of this up in a minute to show you how this is gonna make you live the best life possible. All right, this may sound like, okay, it's normal stuff, but what's so powerful about it? You're gonna be in for a shock. All right, so let's go again. Gratitude. Turn off the mainstream media. Turn envy into inspiration. When you see people, don't get jealous. Be happy for them. Okay. The fourth one is create a visualization technique, or what they call vision board. Create something that you can see in your mind over and over that will help you to manifest or create what you want. Remember, again, everything comes into our experience through our thoughts and emotions, whatever. Okay. Number 5, we're going to use now subliminal programming, limiting belief removal stuff to remove your subconscious mind. You know, guys, I created a community, right? It's called School, SKOOL, and I created this community for you. In my community, it's growing house. In the community I create systematic methods for you to live your best life. I have all my subliminals. I do things, I teach, I put you on Zoom because they don't teach you this in school. So what you're getting is a small sample. So you want to get to the next level, you need to get into my school community. I'll put the link in the description below. Because stuff in there, they don't teach you. I teach you to manifest the laws of physics, manifestation, how to live your best life and beyond, the lottery, anything like that. I got to throw that in there because a lot of you are asking me about it. All right, so the school community. Put the pin, it's in the TikTok bio, and it's also be in the pin comments. All right, so we're going to use a subliminal programming, okay, to get you to move towards that. All right, next one is a little one that I don't think anyone talks about this, but it's so important. Here's what's going to live your best. The gut-brain microbiome. Did you know that your gut talks to your brain? Did you know that your gut, around your small intestine, there are billions of microbes? They call it the gut microbiome. In that 95%, listen guys, 95% of serotonin is produced by the bacteria in your gut. You know what serotonin is responsible for, right? Happiness, mood, appetite. Why do you think there's so much depression in the world? The gut microbiome is off, man. So go invest yourself and get some good probiotics. It will immensely balance your gut microbiome. Once the gut microbiome is balanced, you won't have no depression. Your life will be a whole lot better. Majority of people, they don't teach this. They don't tell you that. Okay? So that's going to help you because you want the gut to be in communication with the brain. So that's going to make you live your best life possible. Okay, the next one, make you live your best life possible. Get in tuned and connect with your authentic self. It's your higher self. You have to start to talk to yourself in the questions and affirmations, and tell and ask and command your higher self what you want to bring into your life. The next one, affirmations. Got to be able to use them daily with your outer voice. You got to talk out loud. When you talk out loud, why am I so happy? Why am I so healthy? Why are things in my favor? You're going to start to live your best life possible. What else? Get outside more. If you can get in the sun, get in the sun. Spend more time out. Okay? That's going to make you live your best life possible. Here's the next one. It's going to make you live your best life possible. This one is very important. Every person, you should spend at least 5 to 10 minutes a day in silence. If you're on your lunch break, you need to go out into your car. You need to put your windows up, and you don't need to have anything on. You just need to be there in silence for 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to tell you why this is so important. Well, I'll throw the question to you. Why was this so important? This is the game changer right here. So just sit in your car or somewhere quiet for 5 to 10 minutes and just let everything wander. This is not meditation now. Meditation is different. Meditation, you gotta close your eyes. Just sit there and just observe. Just be there for 5 to 10 minutes in silence. And then let whatever rumble in your mind, and don't pay attention to any of it. Can you tell me this is the most important game changer right here? Why you should do that? Why you think that will make you live your best life possible? A matter of fact, out of all the steps I mentioned to you, I think this one may be in the top 3 category. Can anyone answer that? Can you go take a guess, take a shot, say, okay, Mark, why should I be sitting in silence for 5 to 10 minutes every day? Not meditation now. What do you think is so powerful about that? Someone says, because you're in the moment. Okay, you're in the moment, right? But nope. Being the observer detaches. Yeah, okay, very good. Very good one. You stay in the present to be yourself. Oh, okay, we got one person who has it here. Let's see who this is. Okay. This is this Stina? It allows messages to come to you. Listen, people, when you asked me the question, Mark, how do I build my intuition? How do I get stronger downloads? How do I win more money in the lottery? Anything. How do I do any of that stuff? You have to be open for the information to come in. The only time you're going to build super intuition and get super downloads and know what to do is when you spend 5 minutes in silence at least. Because what happens is when you're silent, your brain flips down. Even though you're in beta, it switches down and now it goes into the alpha theta. What exactly? Your brain goes into a different state. Now it's a receiving state. Now you're going to get a lot of information that was holding up for you to get it. It's going to just go whoosh. It's going to rush right into your consciousness now. And now your intuition is going to fire off, and your downloads and information. Now you remember, now you want to live your best life, you're going to need to have intuition. You're going to have to know when to take the right shot, to make the right calls, to go in the right place. You're going to know. You got to know how to do it. Those can only come from outside of your regular mind. So if you want to build your intuition, that's all you have to do. Your intuition gets stronger, because that's what that silence does. It keeps the ego at a different rate. Your ego is not active. Your ego is slow down. When your ego slow down, the whole body and the mind now gets to process what's going on around the environment. And whatever's going on around the environment, now your subconscious is taking the stuff that was on delay, on back order for you. It was already there, but you had so much stuff you couldn't get it. So now once you open up the floodgates, it just whooshes in and you get some downloads, like really trippy, intelligent answer stuff to change your life. Alright? So now you start to do that. Lots of information comes to you now. Now you're going to go to the right place. You're gonna have an idea. Your business, everything starts looking better for you now. All right. Okay. So we have spend 5 minutes in silence. We got the we got the subliminals. We got the affirmations. We got the gratitude. We got plug out the mainstream media. We got get your gut microbiome in order. Recommend you get some probiotics, things that'll help your gut stay in alignment. Okay. Higher self connection. Just brought my book. Excellent. Yes. Books are there. Get them there. Your tools for success. All right. The next one, to live your best life possible. Forgot one more. We talked about not envying people, turn it into inspiration. Okay. This is, I think, out of all of this one, I don't think you may. This one is really. Guess where I'll put this one. This one will change your whole game. And here it is. Here it goes as follows. All right. This mindset or this way of being or this way of thinking I'm going to reveal to you. If you adopt it and it's true, then you will rock it to the next level. Here it is. Okay. Accept the fact that you can never not exist. You must always come back as an awareness. You born to die. Look at the universe. Let me show you something. Stars, what happens with stars? They're born in a star nursery. They become red dwarfs, supergiants, supernovas, black holes. Their material gets spewed out. Guess what happens? The material gets spewed out. It gets recycled and they become new stars again. The universe is a constant state of rebirth or regeneration. You are the universe. You're in a constant state of rebirth or generation. So what will free you from this is to know the fact that you can never die. Your awareness, your body, yeah, that'll go. That's not important. But you're not your body. Remember, you're the thing inside the body, really, right? Your awareness, that stuff can't go anywhere. That stuff has to come back. So if you adopt that mindset, you can take more calculated risk. You can live your life to the fullest more. You can be more passionate because now you don't have to fear and hold and worry and your ego gets this. You know that whatever happens, it's going to happen and you're going to be fine because all of this is going to come back and you're going to be somewhere else and you're in a game. Someone said that I'm confused on this one. Okay, let me repeat it again. I put it in a simple way. If you know you're going, okay, the best way I want to put it to you. All right. Let's say you're going on a date, okay, with a guy or a girl, and it's your perfect person you ever seen in your life. And because you're going on this date, you get nervous. And then someone told you that if you go on this date, you're going to get rejected. They say, oh, she'll talk to you for a while, but they're going to reject you. What happens to you before you go on this date? I'm going to make it easy for this person to understand what I'm saying here. I'm going to show you something. So someone told you they're going to reject you, right? So now you get tense. You get worried. You get nervous. You get discouraged. You can't be yourself. Now you get on the date. Your emotions are down because someone told you this girl or this guy is going to reject you. So when you get to them and you start talking to them, the energy's off. You don't feel good. And something happens and then you say, well, it didn't go good. Did she reject me? He reject me? You rejected yourself. So how do I compare that to the life and death cycle? Well, the people who told you, the person who told you that you're going to get rejected, that is accumulated to religion. Religion tells you that, oh, you're going to be this, you're going to go to hell, you're going to go there, none of that exists. Okay? So if someone comes along and tells you and say, hey man, now here's the someone comes and say, hey, that girl and the guy's not going to reject you. It's a lie. They're going to accept you. And you're going to be with them for on and on. What's going to happen to you now? Your energy goes up. Your hope, your happiness, your encouragement goes up, right? Because now you know I'm good to go. Okay? Now, if you know you're going to die, you're going to live your life timid and try to pretend, oh my God, I got to hurry up, I got to do this. Oh, I'm going to miss this life. Oh my God, I got to do this. But if you know you're always going to be infinite and you're always going to be here, you don't have no stress. You live your life now peacefully. You do more things. You get more things done. You just say, man, I'm going to just go out and make it happen, man. Now that makes sense to you? Now it's an interesting question now. Do you come back to Earth? Well, the answer I have for you, which Earth? Which you? There are infinite Earths. Are you going to come back to this one? Who knows? Maybe you will. Maybe you'll come back in China as someone else. Maybe you'll come back in Australia. Who knows where you'll come back? But yeah, there are infinite Earths. There's infinite realities. We know quantum physics now shows us, right? That the universe, the multiverse now, branches off in a different dimensions and different levels of existence in this same space right around us right now, guys. There are people living next to you and I, different worlds, you are living next to yourself in a parallel world. But what separates where you can't see them, interact them, is the frequency they're on. Your brain just isn't tuned to that radio frequency yet. If you can tune yourself, then you can go into their frequency. You can pop into their world like this, and you can look around it and you can walk and interact because your frequency matches that. Unfortunately, your brain hasn't evolved like that to pop into dimensions like that, right, physically yet. But your brain can go to dimensions in the mental aspect of it. I suspect, however, there are beings that they're so high that they can pop into our dimension. They know how to get on our frequency. And that may explain why people see ghosts and stuff like that and these trippy stuff. Maybe those individuals are popping in from different dimensions because their experience, their frequency are a lot higher. So they can come into here, but we can't go into there. Actually, that is a science fact. That's not a science fiction. How do we know this? Because we know through the atom and the electron, they oscillate and they vibrate as strings of energy, and everything operates on frequencies in the universe. There's different dimensions. These dimensions are so tiny that they're called compactification. So because they're so small on the quantum scale that our naked eyes cannot access them. But you got to remember, everything is made from the quantum scale. So even though you look like this is physical world, it's an illusion. Everything is actually from the non-physical, or what we call the invisible, where you can't see with your naked eyes. See how that works? Now do you understand? So those are the keys for you so you can live your best life. Because now when you know you're free, you don't let your ego bother you. Don't let people take, now you don't take anything personal. Now you don't have any attachments. You're totally free. You can be your best self. You have no fear now. You can go out, be courageous, be confident, because you know that your whole life is already ahead of you and it's already going to be great regardless of what happens. Someone asked me, can I touch on the gut, healing the gut microbiome again? Absolutely. So our researchers and scientists, they had about, I think, 475,000 people, and they did a study where they did it in mice and rats as well. This is years ago. See, they don't even put this stuff on the news for you. See that? They don't want you to know this stuff. So what happens is they follow these about 475,000 people over a 5-year span, and a group of them were given probiotics and another weren't. And over the 5-year span, the group that was given probiotics, they had more healthier, happier, fulfilling lives. They were contented. They never suffered from depression. Keep on. The ones that weren't given the probiotics, they had more anxiety. They had more bouts of depression. They had more brain fog. They had less motivation. And that's when they started to research and they figured out, oh my God, the microbes in your gut tells the brain how you respond. So there's lactobacillus, there's all these different bacteria, you got good and bad, and they have to have a balance in your gut. And what happens is, when the gut is out of balance, sometimes they get overgrowth, sometimes the food we eat, a lot of processed stuff, it kills them off, So you have to, you can do naturally, you can do like yogurt, creme, fermented stuff like that, or you can get you a good probiotic or prebiotic. that will feed those microbes in your gut so that they can balance you back up. You have to remember that we are a community of bacteria and viruses. That's how we're made up. You're more bacteria and viruses than you are a human being. Did you know that? I don't know if you knew that, right? Kimichi, yes, Kimichi. That's what I meant, Kimichi. Did anybody know that? Just comment below if you didn't know that. So now you know, right? That you're a host of bacteria and viruses more than you are a human being. On your skin, billions. On your face, billions. In your gut, billions. So they are the ones. It's a community. Now you know. Somebody said they didn't know, but now you know. You can go research that for yourself and check it out. See that your body and your whole cells are comprised more of bacteria and viruses. Some of them do good stuff. Some of them do bad stuff. Some of them are dormant. Some of them help. But what these bacteria in these gut, they produce these chemical, or these what we call some pheromones. But not. I'm just making it simple for you. But after whatever they do and they feed, whenever they release these chemicals, and these chemicals are what goes to your brain and tell you to feel happy, to feel sad, to feel depressed, to feel inspired. Your hormones are balanced. These are all controlled in your gut microbiome. Someone says they wrote about this in their book. Good. So it's real simple. You can start doing that. See what works for you. Probiotics is good. There's plenty out there. Just pick the ones that are right for you, and you'll see great improvement. You get better sleep, and you manifest more. Okay? Makes sense? Excellent. So the brain talks to the gut, and the gut talks to the brain. So also, what the gut says to the brain have to listen to it, because the brain needs the produce from the gut, which is serotonin, right? So the gut actually has more power than the brain, if you think about it. So whatever your gut tells your brain have to do it. Your brain is not going to override your gut, people. What's different between prebiotic and probiotic? That's a great question. Prebiotic is the food that the good bacteria feed on in your gut to make them multiply and become better. Probiotic is extra bacteria, that's good bacteria that populates the gut to overcome the bad bacteria. So prebiotic is what the good bacteria needs to eat to grow. Probiotic is extra good bacteria you put. So you can go with, there's some out there that got a prebiotic plus a probiotic, so they got two formulas. Or you can do prebiotic just to feed your bacteria you have in your gut so they can multiply and become more. Yes, it's called a symbiotic relationship. Everything in the universe is symbiotic, right? That's good. That's right, symbiotic. So you help them, they help you. So you got to feed remember the bacteria in your gut, they eat stuff. The food you digest, right? They got to eat it. So they eat certain stuff like kimchi, yogurt. These are stuff that the bacteria loves to eat on. Fermented food, fermented stuff, they love to eat on that stuff because it makes them grow. So it's a balance now, right? So that means you have to have equal. So sometimes you have a bad bacteria overgrowth in your gut. That's when you have all these different issues. But you need the good bacteria. Remember, every day now the stomach acid is very strong. The stuff we eat, it damages the microbiome of our gut. Stress damages all that stuff, right? A lot of the food we eat today is not as healthy as before. So you have to really daily now use probiotics, really, just to be good. Maybe 50 years ago you don't have to do it because the foods were a lot better. But now we're in a different world, a different war with food. You know what I mean? Kimchi, yes. And then what happens is when those bacteria eats those food, they give off these pheromone signals. They release them as their waste, but they are your freedom. So their waste creates the serotonin in your gut. That's bacteria waste. That's what serotonin is. It's a gut bacteria waste. And they put the serotonin, and that makes you feel good. That makes you feel positive. That makes you raise your appetite up and all that stuff. So it's very important. That, by the way, that's called the enteric system. It's called the enteric, the gut and brain, they call it the enteric enteric system, whatever that is. But that's how the brain and the gut communicates to each other. And that's how you'll manifest. And remember now, if you watch my channel, I always say this. I say we manifest predominantly through our gut. I said if your gut is right, your manifestation is going to be flawless and abundant. If your gut ain't right, you're going to have some resistance. It's going to take you time to manifest. So I'm always saying, you know, get the gut going. You know, I learned this stuff because as I was growing up as a kid. I know I'm very transparent. I tell you guys a story. When I was a young kid, man, I was, you know, I'm from Jamaica, so there's this bacteria that lives in about 80% of the world's population. It's called H. pylori. It lives in your gut. Some people it doesn't affect, some people it does. This bacteria can make you feel depressed, it can cause ulcers, it can create depression because it gets overgrown. And some of you may have had it before and had to go get antibiotics, but it's a natural bacteria, and some people, majority of people have it. For my case, though, when I was a young kid, I had this, and it had a lot of issues, man. I had like ulcers when I was growing up as a kid. I was always in the doctor, and back at that time, they said it was stress. They didn't know too much, you know, about this stuff. So now what they do, they discovered what it is. So as I got older and I started to get my downloads, I started to know what to do. And I was like, man, it's your gut, Mark. You start taking care of your gut. So what I started to do, started to, like, you know, intermittent fast, good probiotics, things like that. You know, things that'll make your gut feel happy. The number one thing I cut out, man, was the stress of the mainstream media. No, I wasn't stressed as a kid. They were saying it was stress as a kid because, you know, as a kid I was growing up, guys, I was into the religion stuff, man. You know, I used to go to church and all that stuff a lot, and it used to cause me a lot of stress because internally I knew something was off. So my higher self, my spirit was telling me, like, this isn't the truth, man. But you know, when you're a kid and you have your parents, you can't do anything about it. You got to follow them. You got to do what they tell you to do. I couldn't move out. I'm like 12, 13, whatever, you know. But I knew something was off, and that was causing the stress in me. And that could activate. And their doctor was like, "Hey, man, you're like too young to have stress. What's going on?" Because I wasn't connected. I was just not connected with how they were telling people this stuff. I mean, I couldn't. It's like I knew something was wrong, but I just couldn't prove it was wrong. I knew something was off. You know what I mean? You've had that feeling when you know it's not right, but you can't prove it, but then it turned out you were right about it. That was it. So I grew up into, like, I've heard the Christian church, then I went to a Jehovah's Witness thing. So I seen all aspects of how this stuff worked, man. So I know the Bible from all avenues, man. I know everything. And then the profound thing was when I got, as I developed, I realized that, man, all of this literally is a lie. It's designed to keep you in a state so that they can benefit somehow the collective and not you. Someone says they get exact. Yes, I was very aware when I was a young kid, man. I would always see and know things before everyone else did. I was the weird guy, the weird kid. When everybody else were out playing with the toys and all that stuff, I was off by myself, like in the yard, talking to myself. A lot. I was just talking. I was just with myself. I didn't know what I was doing then until now, but at that time, I was building my connection to my authentic self, but I didn't know it. And because I was, at that time, my mind was on another level, so I wasn't into like playing with my cousins and all that stuff. I would do that, but if you find me, when you say, where's Mark? He's over there by himself. Yep, and then I was always like deep thinking, like, man, why is the sky blue? Like, what am I doing here? Why is people giving this guy money and he drives a nice car and you can't drive a nice car and have the money? And you got to give. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that was just going through my mind when I was a young kid. And all that stuff, now I know as I got older, and what it was preparing me and down. And many of you experienced the same thing too. I had dreams, and I would see everything in a dream. There were times when I was with my parents and my mom, and there was someone would walk by me, and they would talk to my parents, and I would look at the person, and I would see that something was going to happen or something they were going to do, and it turned out that exact way. Then there was people I could see, and when I looked at them, I could tell if they were sick, man. I could tell if they had some kind of stuff wrong with them. I would just, when they would come around me and I look, and it was worse if I shake their hand or touch them. I would just know that, hey, this person's sick. Hey, this person's something gonna happen to this person. Hey, this person. At that time though, I was a kid, man. I couldn't just tell my mom, hey, that guy right there, you know, he needs to go to the doctor because I think he has something wrong with him inside, or da-da-da. And then it would turn out that I didn't want to be right, but it turned out I was right, because then I hear my mom talk about, hey, you remember that so-and-so, you know, he had to go to the hospital, they found such and such. But I already knew that already. And so these are things that I didn't understand. So that could cause you a lot of stress as a young kid. You know, you're growing up and your ego is taking over and you have no idea what's happening. So as you accumulate and go on, then you understand how this stuff works. But the crazy thing about all of this stuff is that the one thing all of that taught me, and that I realize about everything now that, you know, you two guys are understanding this, is that every single thing is not separate from you and I. We're all like connected. This is why I was able to tap in and see those stuff, because we're all the collective. We're all this. It's like a transparency thing. It's an illusion that we're disconnected, and everyone have that ability to you know. And of course, you know, that led on my journey. You know, the lottery thing, how I won the lottery is all part of that process. I would see these numbers too. You know, they'll come in and I'll play them and they'll win, and then, you know, I see the money for the Fantasy 5. I won that, and I bought this car here and visualize and all that. So it just goes on to show that once you get in tuned with who you are, and then you can change the world. You're right. I'm liberating your minds from the illusion. They would call me a Taurus sign. I'm a Taurus in the sign category. But all of that is irrelevant. I don't believe too much in that anyway. It's just a marker. It's just something that they put out there. But what I want you to understand is that you all have that same thing. And what you got to start to do is to tune into the weirdness. You know, the weirdness of your being. That's the truth. They'll tell you it's weird, but it's actually the truth about what you are. Well, it's not that I don't believe in astrology. I liken astrology to the weather. They can give you a percentage. They can say, well, tomorrow's a 50% chance of rain. It could be a 20% chance of rain. It's just a blueprint. That's what I believe about astrology. Astrology cannot tell you specifically what your destiny is, what you'll achieve, what you'll do. That's on you to do that. You are your own astrology. It's a roadmap, basically. And with a roadmap, it can change and it can adjust and it can go up. So that's my perspective on the astrology thing. So a lot of you need to stop getting in too deep into astrology and say, oh my God, well, Mark, it says I'm a Earth rising Leo, so this got to happen to me. Oh, he's going to break up. Oh, I got to lose money because this is my sign. They say I'm going to fail, so I got to fail. No, you're doing it to yourself. If you're listening to your astrology and telling you the bad stuff, then that's what you're going to manifest. It's just a roadmap, people. You got to remember that a particle, an electron, when it decays, no one knows the state. It's in an uncertain state. It could decay tomorrow. It could decay in 10 billion years. Everyone knows. Every physicist knows that wherever an electron decays or whenever it disappears, there's no definite location it can be. So that gives you the semblance of some free will, that you have the ability to. There's nothing written like that. What's written is your overall purpose, your overall destiny. How you go achieving it, that's where the magic of free will comes in. Because now you can go anywhere and do that. So astrology doesn't match up. You see what I'm saying? Astrology can't. Now if your astrology is telling you some good stuff, take it. It resonates with you. But you know, if it's taking you some bad stuff, then you don't want to resonate, because that's not what you want, right? Yeah, all particles and matter, they'll decay. After a while, they'll disappear. That's what they call decay. And some of them leave radioactive stuff. But isotopes, when they decay doesn't mean they're gone forever. It just means they're just going out to somewhere else. And then physicists can only tell you, like, they can only give you a guesstimate of where the location could be. That means you have free will, right? Because if they could tell you exactly where it be, that means everything is written in the universe, code for code. What is written in the universe is your overall destiny or purpose, like, you know, what you have in your heart. What is not written is how you can go and achieve it. That's up to you, because you're an observer and you can change the field by your interpretation of it, if that makes sense. So it means today you could be working at your 9 to 5. Tomorrow you could be living your dream the way you want to live it, because you are affecting the field by your thoughts and impressions and perceptions of the world, which changes the world around you. So there's nothing set in stone. So that's what I'm just talking about astrology. So it's not set in stone for you. And the reason I say that, because I know a lot of you guys, you take it literally. Do not take it literally. It's the weather. They could tell you tomorrow is going to rain and it turns out to be a very sunny day. Oh, they'll tell you tomorrow it's going to rain again, or it's going to be cloudy, and then you have a high pressure system comes in that they didn't see coming in and pushes out, and well, we have sunny days. You know, I'm in Florida. How many times they said, oh, there's going to be a hurricane, there's going to be a storm, and you run to Home Depot. Oh, look at this. The low pressure trough changed and it blew the storm away. Oh, there's no storm anymore. So my point is, just believe what resonates for you. Yeah, it is what your subconscious, that's what I'm saying to you. It is that's what free will. So astrology can be true for you because it's your subconscious belief in it. So if your astrology chart is telling you that, oh, today's going to be a bad day for you, you're going to lose this, it's this time, you're going through this, you're going to trick yourself and you're going to believe that subconscious, and then you're going to manifest events to show you that. And you're going to say, oh, astrology is true. All along it wasn't true, it was your perception. Now, however, here's the thing about the astrology thing. You won't necessarily manifest everything in the astrology because, as I said, it's not your destiny or blueprint. However, you can manifest certain positions or situations that will make you believe more that it's possible, or some of it is happening to you. Right? I'm seeing a lot of questions here, but I don't see any questions I'm really ignoring. I just see a lot of comments. Someone says they can't see image clearly when they visualize. You got to try feeling more or practice. You may have aphantasia where you can't see images. That's also good. There's no problem with that. Just use your feelings and emotions more to build that up. So that's pretty much all the steps, guys, you can use. There's a whole bunch of steps. You can put them in and you can create and change your life by design. Staying positive, correct. Understanding who you are, what you are, and this will change your whole life. Okay? So I'll see you guys again next time.